And good Monday morning. It's a mite bit warmer than it has been, isn't it? 64 right now as we wait for a high of only 70 today. Not going to be much difference than where we are now. Rain is in the forecast as we have a 60% chance of showers through roughly 10 o'clock today. But it comes back tonight and comes back again tomorrow. So we've got your complete detailed forecast coming up here in a few moments. But a few wet days are in store for us, so be prepared for that. If you've got something outside that didn't need to get wet, it's already got a jump start on you in these little overnight hit and miss showers. We'll take a look at live radar to get you updated on all of that and where things are. Most of all, how do you feel? We hope good. December the 9th. Christmas not that far away, is it? This has been one of the fastest years that I can remember ever in my life. It seemed these Mondays just keep flying by. They come, they come, they come. We'll be right back. Let's get a new word, a good word from Collinsville Baptist.
Have you ever had somebody say something rather mean to you, but then follow that up with, "I'm only joking"? Did you believe them? Did you think they were just joking? No way. Well, people don't believe you when you say that either. Maybe you were really meaning to just joke, but your intent isn't always the same as your impact. Jokes can be offensive, hurtful, or harmful, regardless of the intent behind them. But usually, the "I'm just joking" defense is just a way to try to cover over something harsh or rude. You weren't joking at all, but you're trying to smooth it over after you've seen the person's response. It's a way of saying that hard truth or that ugly thing you really want to say, but at the same time, you're trying to shield yourself from the consequences of your words. It may soften the consequences, but it doesn't remove the sting. In fact, the Bible likens it to being hit by a hot iron or an arrow or even death. Listen to Proverbs 26:18 and 19. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, "I was only joking." So whether it's deception or hatefulness or just cold hard truth, we need to stop with the "I was only joking" junk. Either own what you actually said and face the potential fallout, or apologize and repent of that sort of action. Words really can hurt, so think before you speak. Say what you mean and mean what you say, and stop trying to deceive people by saying you were just joking. Nobody believes you anyway when you say that. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. My meters are moving. I've got sound that shows on my end. Richard, good morning. I see Dalewood is already up, Philadelphia, and a few other places starting to stir. Robin, morning, morning, morning. As we start our headlines of what's going on across America, we do see that across a few miles, Syria has fallen. The president has given way in Syria, and he has fled to Russia. This could be a good thing, as we see that another regime has fallen. Boy, not much time left before we have a new president, is it? We'll see how the world reacts. Last time we didn't have any wars. Let's hope that continues. We do see that Laura Trump is stepping down. As you'll know, she was co-chair of the Republican National Convention. She is stepping down, which leads one to believe that she'll be doing something else, and someone else will be placed in her spot. We'll watch that closely to see what happened. We see that 2 Indianapolis police officers have been acquitted in the death of a man that was restrained. He was handcuffed and they were accused of wrongdoing. They have been cleared of that. That is good. There's a lot of times things happen that the police have no way. Things happen. There's I don't know how else to word it. Medical issues and things that do go on. This is sad. I read this early yesterday morning around 3 a.m. I think he's loved by all. He's a good man. He's a Christian man as he carries the torch, as we see that Phil Robinson now has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Have y'all seen that? He's a good guy. I know that he does a weekly podcast, and they have said here in the last few days that he has not been able to attend due to medical reasons. We wish him and his family the very best. He, again, in my eyes, is a very godly man who's tried to do the right thing in life. Let's see what else we have stirring this morning. The president of Tyler Perry Studios. You know who I'm talking about? Tyler Perry, the actor, Medea. The guy that he has as president of his operations has died in a plane crash. There was a single plane crash over the weekend. Happened late Friday. Tyler Perry says he will be missed deeply. I don't know the relationship between the two. And again, I urge each and every one of you that have these private planes, sometimes it's best to, well, have somebody that does that for a living every day. We'll talk about a local plane crash coming up at the top of the hour as well that happened here in Meridian. The ruby red slippers, we've all watched it since we were children as they were clicked together in the Wizard of Oz. You know what I'm talking about? The shoes that Judy Garland wore. They have been sold at auction. And, well, it brought a little more than the banana did. Came in at a whopping $32.5 million was auctioned on these. That is serious. That's a lot of cash for little slippers. Here's what they look like. Well, you've seen them. They were stolen one time and then returned, but $32 million for a pair of shoes. My, oh, my. They've arrested a man in California that was, well, he was charged with breaking out of jail 8 years ago. They've caught him. He's been on the lam, so to speak, for about 8 years. It's good for him to return. As I look at this, I'm still in awe of the money being spent. I guess you get by with a little help from your friends, as we've learned that these campaigns for president spent unprecedented amounts of cash. Trump spent, I don't remember the figure, maybe $1 billion, maybe? The Harris, a little over $2 billion, and in the last 2 weeks of that campaign, $277 million was spent. The auditors are all wanting to know on what now, as they still owe $20 million to people they bought this stuff from. $277 million in 2 weeks. That's a lot of cash, isn't it? Everybody the Who's Who crowd was out this weekend as Paris hosted the Notre Dame first Sunday service yesterday after the big fire 5 years ago. It was brought back to life. That is wonderful. We are so glad that is back. We do see, and this is good news. No. Let me come back to that here in just a moment. Jay-Z. Are y'all familiar with this case now? As we watch all of this with Sean Puff Daddy or P Daddy, however you want to call it, Jay-Z now has been acclaimed of partaking in an event with him of a 13-year-old possible rape. He denies all charges, says he will fight them to the end. We'll see how that turns out. This is similar, as we go to this headline, as to how It's a Wonderful Life started. Y'all remember that, where George Bailey falls through the ice in New York? Sad news is a 12-year-old boy drowned, fell in the ice, and a 12-year-old little girl jumped in to save him. She was injured. She was not able to save his life. Y'all watch that stuff. We don't have that here to where ice is a factor where you would walk on it. But there are parts of the nation that there are. Oh boy, we'll get back to that one also. We probably talked about this one because there's been 2 or 3 this year to where somebody was falsely accused for going to jail for a crime they didn't get. A guy was, I think it was 26, 24 years. He went to jail for a murder he didn't commit. He was awarded $4 million. Oh, I think it was some 6 weeks later after he'd gotten out. Things were going great, right up until he admitted to another murder that he actually committed before that. He's going back to jail now for the other murder. No, sir, you can't make this stuff up. We'll leave it at that.
What if he kept it $4 million?
Well, he was falsely accused for that one. I guess he gets to keep that. He'll have a running tab at the jailhouse now, I guess, to where
Family keep it.
somebody's going to get the money. My, oh, my, oh, my. We'll be right back.
This is going to be our biggest year-end clearance event ever here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia. Inventory is up and rates are finally down. We promise to save you thousands on any of our new inventory. From Siennas to Sequoias, Camrys to Corollas, Tundras, Tacomas, no matter the model, we will not be undersold. We want your business. With interest rates as low as 1.99%, top dollar value for your trade-in, and thousands off all of our inventory, Doc's Toyota is your clear choice for your next Toyota purchase. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia at docstoyota.com or on Facebook. And remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The most wonderful time of the year is just around the corner, and Al's Garden and Gift is ready for a magical Christmas season. From sparkling Christopher Radko ornaments to custom wreaths by Wanda, we've got your holiday decor covered. Looking for the perfect gift? Try our custom baskets packed with treats like Mississippi cheese straws and old-fashioned peppermint sticks. And be sure to add vibrant colors to your outdoors with pansies and snapdragons. Charm and beauty await your home this wonderful season. Merry Christmas from Al's Garden and Gift.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we go to our weather this morning, let's pull this up as we get into our record highs and lows. It was 72. It was a warm 81 today. And again, the best we're going to get on that thermometer is about 70 today. As we go back to 1917, it was downright cold. 15 on this day in 1917. Brr. As we look at today, rain showers throughout it, and it's going to be countless issues with wrecks. We're already seeing this. Right now, we're working a wreck with the Highway Patrol at mile marker 162 eastbound on the interstate. The pickup truck sideswiped an 18-wheeler that had pulled off to rest. Highway Patrol is on the scene there. We've also had an accident earlier this morning by Sam's, and we've also got some sort of a fender bender on Old Highway 80 West, where 65 meets somewhere out in that direction. So be careful. They do happen. As we go to Alabama, we look at what's happening there. Demopolis, y'all are going to see showers more so in the Selma, Montgomery area, but you'll see showers as well in Birmingham, that big traffic nightmare. I'll leave it at that. Y'all figure it out. As we look at this, warmer temperatures coming across, as we'll see this for the next few days. As we go forward to our 7-day forecast, here's what we have. 70 today, 72 tomorrow before we start seeing a drastic drop, 20-degree drop by Wednesday. We'll see a 60% chance of rain through about 10 o'clock today. We've got probably, I believe it's 60% chance tonight, and then we'll bump back up to an 80% chance of rain for tomorrow. Rain moves out on Wednesday and cooler weather with a high of 52, and we go below freezing again on Wednesday night. 32 Thursday night, right at the freezing degree mark. We'll jump back to the 60s somewhere there around Saturday for the weekend, and as we move forward, boy, look at this, almost 60-degree weather at Christmas. Don't be counting on a white Christmas. Just doesn't look to be in our cards, does it? Slight chances of rain, nighttime lows in the 30s. Santa will like all of that as he passes through the deep south, but no snow so far. I don't think we're going to get it. As we go to our fishing forecast, J&J Auto Sales passes along this great information. A major time began at 6 o'clock this morning. It goes through about 8 o'clock, real good fishing, and you'll have another time after dark, a minor time this afternoon. Let's call it 12:30 to about 2:30. If you got to go, that'd be a kind of a perfect time for that. What about you deer hunters as you head out to the woods today? And this actually is Monday. I forgot to change it at the top of the page. At 5:15, it began great through 7 o'clock today. It's going to be this afternoon. Let me back up on all this. I misread my information. We've got good deer hunting now through about 7 o'clock. Just a few minutes left on that. It will begin again another great time at about 5:15 this afternoon. So that's right at dusk dark. Be ready. They'll come out right there at the edge of the wood line. Day rating is average. Sunrise hits at 6:44 this morning. We're right at that. Dead on the money. Sunset happens at 4:49 this afternoon. South wind south around 10 with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour is what we're seeing. That's just not good. Let's go to live radar now, backtrack and show you what we've got because we do have some wet roads in the area as you're waking up starting. As we pull up radar, here's what we've got. Heavier rain to the south as you get Waynesboro, south of there toward Hattiesburg and those areas, Laurel, Hattiesburg, a lot more rain. We do have a lot of streets that are slick throughout the Meridian area, a small shower. And Newton, as we go north in between 45 and 39, a few showers there. You're going to see that also as you get near 16, right along in here. Fire Tower Road, you should see some showers. As we go out west of Philadelphia, we're showing showers this morning right here on 488. A lot of showers there and on 21 as well if you're going to cut on 21 there. Be careful. Showers in that area. A few major storms happening there west of Macon as well. And a lot of fog over in Greenville in the Mississippi Delta this morning. If you got to be there or in this area right along here, south of Corinth, Lumpkin subdivision. Never been there in my life, but, well, they've got fog today. It's all in the northern portion of the state of Mississippi. And again, those bigger showers lie to our south, coming through Louisiana, through Hattiesburg, going into Alabama. So be careful in those areas this morning as you're waking up. 6:45 as we begin this day. And again, we're sitting right now at about 64. Our high should reach 70 and 60% chance of rain through about 10. All this will fade away and then come back again tonight. Wet, 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 wet. Drive careful in all this. As school lets back in today, we're done with, well, yeah. I was thinking of Thanksgiving. Yeah, Thanksgiving, I'm a week off. School buses are going to be rolling here in a few moments, most likely are all the way. When does school get out for Christmas? Because it's a week before Christmas. I'm getting nods in the studio. Boy, kids are getting excited. December is tough to go to school. You get that little break there for Thanksgiving, and then before long you get out for the end of the year and Christmas. I can't get that Thanksgiving out of my head.
Might be test time. I'm not sure.
Testing. Is that the end of the year testing? Yeah, it's coming up. We'll be right back at the top of the hour. Won't you join us? Hillary's in here. She's got a charity event she's going to talk to us about. She's got notes everywhere. I'm scared. It could be a class, Odie. We'll find out what it's all about coming up at the top of the hour. Won't you join us? It begins at 7. We've got a lot of things to go over. 2 people were shot, 1 murdered. An investigation into the second. That's all coming up at the top of the hour.